Well, hi everybody, and welcome to video number 2 in the Gradebook series for Moodle 2.3. We are in a gradebook called Gradebook Demo Sum, and we're on the front page. We're going to go immediately to the left-hand column, and we're going to find the item that says Grades. Give it a click. You'll notice that I have filled in a lot of assignments and filled in a lot of values. Let's come up to Categories and Items and give it a click, and you'll notice we have chosen Sum of Grades, not only for the gradebook itself, our very most top choice, but for each of the categories as well. Notice we've made our field journal at the very bottom extra credit by putting a check in the box, and our total represents 570 points. If I take the check out of the box and choose Save Changes, we're going to come back and we'll see that extra point value has been added, and it now says 590 points. I'm still not a big believer of extra credit in Sum of Grades, but that's another discussion for another time. These percentages at the top of each category have no actual calculation value. This is something you, if you type it in this manner, would need to calculate on your own. Moodle will do it for you, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video. But at this point, this is for information only. Now, I have a series of slides I'd like to show you. There is a small issue with the Moodle Sum of Grades. Here's a screenshot of what I was just showing you, and we're going to go to the user report, which most of us are familiar with, and come on down here to participation, and notice we have not yet done participation 1. That category is highlighted, will give you an F because you have not completed the participation portion. Maybe it's early in the semester. And as we come down the course total, the student has a C-. Now let's come back and set everything to simple weighted means of grades. The point value is still the same at the bottom. Calculations appear to be normal, and when we go to the test student grade, now participation still has not been completed, but the student has an A in that category because they earned an A in attendance, and their overall course total is a completely different grade. Let's go back to the actual gradebook. This is not wrong. What this is, as we look in the right-hand portion of the page where it says aggregate only non-empty grades, it does it, but instead of being positive, it is negative. It says, well, there's 6 empty spaces out of 8 potential grades, so this person is only going to get this amount of points. It does not actually aggregate as it does in the other two methods. If you make your students aware of this in advance, it'll save on the really upset phone calls, and Sum of Grades will work fine. And if you just want to total up the points, this will work. If you want to give percentages, as notice in reading it calls for a percentage, research calls for a percentage. If you want to get into extra credit, if you want to get into dropping the lowest grade, that type of thing, I would not recommend using Sum. If you just want to simply total your points, it's going to work fine. So, speaking of dropping a grade, let's come up to the top of the page. Notice it says Full View. Give that a click, and expanded items appear on the right, and it says drop the lowest here on the right hand side of the page. If you put at the very top 1, drop the lowest 1 item, it'll go through the gradebook and pick the lowest score it finds. If you want to go within the reading category, notice there's an opportunity to do that. I'm going to drop the lowest 1 reading. I'm going to come to the bottom of my page, and I'm going to say Save Changes. This works all the way across, whether you're using Sum, simple weighted, or full weighted means of grades. Okay, come on back Next time, we're going to look at the most commonly used type of grading, which is the simple weighted all the way down. And we'll show you how you can add your category values. If you need help in the meantime, come on by Moodle Support, because we're here to help.